Padre Pio, a revered figure whose life was marked by profound spiritual gifts and divine encounters, left behind a legacy of prophetic visions that continue to mystify and captivate believers around the world. Among his revelations is a particularly haunting prediction for the year 2025, an era he foresaw as pivotal in humanity's spiritual journey. His insights, though wrapped in mystery, carry an urgent message for our times. Could we be living on the cusp of this prophecy's fulfillment? As you watch this video, you'll uncover the details of Padre Pio's warnings and why they demand immediate attention. The sense of urgency surrounding Padre Pio's revelations is amplified by the undeniable connections between his visions and current events. The world today seems to teeter on the edge of chaos, with increasing natural disasters, growing global unrest, and a widespread departure from spiritual values. As these events align with the themes of Padre Pio's visions, his warnings become all the more relevant. This isn't just a story of miracles and mysteries. It's a call to action for all who seek to navigate the turbulent waters ahead. Before we dive deeper, make sure to subscribe to this channel, where we explore the life, prophecies, and enduring guidance of Padre Pio, offering insights that could change your perspective and possibly your future. To understand the magnitude of Padre Pio's prophecy for 2025, it's essential to delve into the life and spiritual journey of this extraordinary man. Born Francesco Forgione in 1887 in Pietrelcina, Italy, Padre Pio's path to sainthood was marked by profound spiritual encounters from a young age. He reportedly experienced visions of Jesus and Mary as a child, setting him apart as someone destined for a divine purpose. At just 15 years old, he joined the Capuchin friars, dedicating his life to God with a fervor that would only deepen with time. Padre Pio's spiritual gifts became undeniably evident in 1918, when he bore the stigmata, the wounds of Christ's crucifixion, on his hands, feet, and side. This miraculous phenomenon, both revered and scrutinized, was a testament to his deep connection with the divine. Yet, the stigmata was only one of many gifts attributed to him. He was known for bilocation, the ability to appear in two places simultaneously, and for having an almost supernatural insight during confessions, often revealing sins that penitents had forgotten or omitted. He was also credited with miraculous healings and powerful visions that seemed to transcend time and space. Padre Pio's influence extended far beyond his small community in San Giovanni Rotondo. Pilgrims from across the globe traveled to meet him, seeking guidance, healing, or simply the solace of being in his presence. Despite enduring immense physical pain and spiritual trials, he remained steadfast in his mission, offering hope and faith to countless individuals. His canonization in 2002 by Pope John Paul II solidified his place among the Church's most revered saints. Yet it's his prophetic visions that continue to stir both awe and concern. Central to Padre Pio's Mystique is a prophecy for 2025 that speaks of trials unprecedented in modern history. He described a period marked by immense challenges, both spiritual and physical, that would test humanity's faith and resilience. At the heart of his vision was a warning about humanity's increasing departure from spiritual values. He foresaw a world consumed by materialism, where faith in God would wane, and a moral vacuum would leave societies vulnerable to corruption and decay. This prophecy also hinted at natural disasters, a theme often tied to divine warnings throughout history. Padre Pio believed that nature itself would react violently to humanity's negligence and greed, with earthquakes, floods, and storms serving as a wake-up call to return to spiritual alignment. These natural calamities, he suggested, were not merely random events, but signs of a deeper imbalance between humanity and the divine order. Adding to this ominous vision were predictions of global conflicts and unrest. Padre Pio spoke of escalating violence, wars, and societal divisions that would mirror humanity's internal spiritual struggles. The world, he warned, would be plunged into turmoil as individuals and nations grappled with the consequences of their choices. Yet, even amid this darkness, his prophecy carried a glimmer of hope, a call for repentance and a reminder that faith could serve as humanity's anchor in the storm. As we reflect on these predictions, it's impossible to ignore the parallels to the challenges we face today. The warnings Padre Pio issued decades ago seem eerily prescient, resonating with a world increasingly beset by crises. His vision of 2025 serves not only as a cautionary tale, but as an invitation to re-examine our priorities, rekindle our spiritual connections, and prepare for the trials that may lie ahead. In the face of such profound revelations, one cannot help but wonder, are we ready to heed Padre Pio's warnings, or will we remain blind to the signs of the times? The world around us today is rife with events that seem to echo the warnings of Padre Pio's prophecies, particularly his foretelling of a critical turning point in 2025. From escalating natural disasters to widespread social unrest, many of the signs he described are not only present, but accelerating in frequency and intensity. This chapter delves into these manifestations, highlighting how they serve as harbingers of the challenges foretold by Padre Pio. One of the most glaring signs is the increase in natural disasters, which many interpret as nature's response to humanity's neglect and exploitation. Earthquakes, hurricanes, wildfires, and floods have become not only more frequent, but also more devastating. Entire communities are being uprooted, ecosystems are collapsing, and the global response often feels inadequate. Padre Pio warned that humanity's disregard for the sanctity of creation would lead to catastrophic consequences, and it's hard to deny that we are witnessing this today. The relentless pursuit of industrialization and profit has led to deforestation, pollution, and climate change, factors that exacerbate these disasters. For believers in Padre Pio's vision, this is not merely a crisis of the physical world, but a spiritual reckoning, a reflection of humanity's collective detachment from divine principles. Political and social instability is another area where Padre Pio's warnings appear to be taking shape. Around the globe, nations are grappling with polarization, corruption, and conflict. Governments struggle to maintain order as protests and uprisings become more common. Trust in leadership is eroding, and divisions within societies, whether political, racial, or economic, are deepening. Padre Pio foresaw a time when such instability would mirror the spiritual decay of humanity. He described a world where moral foundations crumble, leaving societies vulnerable to chaos. Today's headlines seem to bear this out, with violence, inequality, and injustice dominating the news cycle. These are not isolated incidents, but interconnected phenomena that reflect a larger spiritual crisis. Perhaps most concerning is the widespread detachment from spiritual values that Padre Pio emphasized in his prophecies. In a world increasingly driven by materialism and technology, many have lost sight of their spiritual roots. Religious observance is declining in many parts of the world, and faith itself is often dismissed or ridiculed in the public sphere. This spiritual void leaves individuals searching for meaning in fleeting pleasures and worldly pursuits, only to find themselves unfulfilled. Padre Pio's warnings about this spiritual decline were not just about personal faith, but about the collective soul of humanity. He saw a future where the absence of spiritual grounding would lead to despair and destruction, urging humanity to reconnect with the divine before it was too late. The urgency of recognizing these signs cannot be overstated. Padre Pio's prophecies were not meant to instill fear, but to awaken humanity to the realities of its path. Ignoring these warnings comes at a great cost, both individually and collectively. The events unfolding around us are reminders that the choices we make today have profound consequences for tomorrow. Padre Pio believed that these signs, as troubling as they may seem, are also opportunities for transformation, if only humanity is willing to heed them. Inaction, however, carries dire consequences. Padre Pio was clear in his warnings that failing to respond to these signs would lead to even greater suffering. The natural disasters we see now could become more severe, the social divisions more entrenched, and the spiritual void more devastating. It's not just about avoiding catastrophe, but about embracing the chance to change course, to realign with the divine principles that Padre Pio devoted his life to teaching. This is a moment of decision. Humanity stands at a crossroads, and the path forward depends on our willingness to act. The urgency of Padre Pio's message is a clarion call to awaken, to recognize the signs around us, and to take steps to prepare for what lies ahead. This preparation is not just about safeguarding against physical disasters or social unrest. It's about nurturing the spiritual resilience needed to endure and thrive in challenging times. It's about embracing faith, humility, and compassion as guiding principles in a world that so desperately needs them. Padre Pio's prophecies remind us that we are not passive observers of our fate. The future he envisioned is not set in stone. It is a reflection of the choices we make. Recognizing the signs and responding to them with urgency and intention is the first step in shaping a future that aligns with divine will, rather than succumbing to the chaos of spiritual decay. Through prayer, repentance, and acts of goodness, humanity has the power to rewrite its destiny, turning warnings into opportunities for redemption and renewal. The question is, will we heed the call, or will we let the moment slip away? Preparing spiritually for the challenges foretold by Padre Pio's prophecy requires more than acknowledgement of the warnings. It demands active, deliberate steps to strengthen our connection with God and align our lives with divine principles. In the face of predicted trials, Padre Pio emphasized the transformative power of prayer as the first and most vital step in spiritual preparation. Prayer is not just a ritual but a lifeline, a means of grounding oneself in faith amidst the chaos. For Padre Pio, prayer had the power to shield individuals from despair, providing strength and clarity even in the darkest times. He often recommended the rosary as a particularly potent form of prayer, calling it a weapon against evil and a source of divine grace. Praying daily, individually or with family, creates a spiritual foundation that can withstand even the most turbulent challenges. Equally important in this preparation is the practice of penance. Padre Pio was a staunch advocate for repentance and humility, urging people to confront their sins and seek forgiveness. Confession, he believed, was not just a sacrament, but a profound act of cleansing and renewal. It allows individuals to shed the burdens of guilt and reorient their lives toward goodness and grace. This act of humility is crucial in times of trial, as it strengthens the soul and opens the heart to God's guidance. Acts of goodness and charity are another essential element of spiritual preparation. Padre Pio frequently reminded his followers that faith without action is incomplete. Performing acts of kindness, whether through helping the needy, showing compassion to others, or simply living with integrity, reinforces one's spiritual resolve. These deeds are not only acts of service to others, but also a means of aligning with divine will. By focusing on love, humility, and generosity, individuals can counter the forces of negativity and despair that Padre Pio warned would proliferate in difficult times. Community plays a significant role in spiritual resilience. Padre Pio understood that while individual prayer and faith are critical, collective spiritual action amplifies their power. He encouraged people to come together in prayer, forming a united front of faith and hope. Communities of believers can support one another, share wisdom, and provide strength in moments of doubt or fear. This unity reflects the divine principle of interconnectedness, reminding humanity that we are stronger together than apart. Beyond individual and communal efforts, spiritual preparation also involves cultivating a mindset of trust and surrender. Padre Pio often spoke of the need to trust in God's plan, even when it is difficult to understand. This trust is not passive but active, requiring believers to let go of fear and embrace faith. Surrendering to God's will does not mean giving up, but rather placing one's life in the hands of the divine with confidence that He will provide guidance and protection. Amid the dire warnings of Padre Pio's prophecy, there is a profound message of hope. He never intended his visions to lead to despair, but to inspire change and renewal. Even as he spoke of trials and challenges, he also emphasized the potential for redemption. Humanity, he believed, is not doomed, but has the capacity for transformation through faith and action. The trials he foresaw are not punishments, but opportunities, wake-up calls to return to God and embrace the values of love, compassion, and humility. This hope lies in the promise of redemption, a central theme in Padre Pio's teachings. He believed that no matter how far one strays, it is always possible to return to God through repentance and faith. This message is especially relevant in times of adversity, reminding individuals and communities that even the darkest moments can lead to renewal and growth. Padre Pio's vision of 2025, while ominous, carries the assurance that humanity is not without recourse. Through sincere efforts to align with divine will, individuals can not only endure the challenges ahead, but emerge stronger and more spiritually grounded. The prophesied trials also serve as an opportunity for global transformation. Just as individuals can change, so too can societies. The difficulties that Padre Pio foresaw may be a catalyst for widespread spiritual awakening, prompting humanity to reevaluate its priorities and reconnect with divine principles. In this sense, the challenges are not merely obstacles, but pathways to a better, more spiritually attuned world. Padre Pio's message of hope amid challenges is ultimately a call to action. It is a reminder that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds, faith and resilience can lead to profound change. His life and teachings exemplify this truth, offering a blueprint for navigating adversity with grace and determination. The question for humanity is not whether challenges will come, they are already here, but how we will respond. Will we succumb to fear and despair, or will we rise to the occasion, embracing faith and hope as our guides? Padre Pio's vision urges us to choose the latter, to see adversity not as an end but as a beginning, a chance to rediscover our spiritual essence and fulfill our divine potential. Padre Pio's legacy endures not only through the miraculous events of his life, but also through the profound spiritual impact he continues to have on individuals and communities around the world. Even decades after his death, his teachings, visions, and the example he set as a man of unwavering faith remain a source of inspiration for millions. His influence transcends time and geography, providing guidance and solace to those seeking spiritual direction. Padre Pio's life serves as a testament to the transformative power of faith, and his enduring relevance is a reminder that holiness is not confined to the past, but is a living force that continues to shape lives today. One of the most remarkable aspects of Padre Pio's legacy is his ability to touch the hearts of people from all walks of life. Whether through stories of his miraculous healings, his profound confessional insights, or his deeply moving letters, Padre Pio's message resonates with believers and skeptics alike. His words often carry a simple yet profound truth. The path to God is accessible to everyone, but it requires humility, repentance, and unwavering trust. This message is as relevant today as it was during his lifetime, particularly in a world that often feels disconnected from spiritual values. Padre Pio's teachings offer practical guidance for those seeking to strengthen their faith and navigate life's challenges. He emphasized the importance of prayer, particularly the Rosary, as a means of connecting with God and finding peace amidst turmoil. His advice to engage in daily prayer, attend Mass, and receive the sacraments remains a cornerstone of Catholic practice, and many who follow his guidance report a deepened sense of spiritual fulfillment. Padre Pio also stressed the importance of acts of kindness and charity, urging his followers to live out their faith through service to others. By incorporating these practices into daily life, individuals can not only draw closer to God, but also contribute to the spiritual renewal of their communities. In addition to his teachings, Padre Pio's miraculous works continue to inspire awe and devotion. Stories of healings, bilocations, and prophetic insights abound, each one a testament to the divine power that seemed to flow through him. While skeptics may question these accounts, for believers, they are tangible proof of God's presence in the world. These miracles serve as a source of hope, reminding people that even in moments of despair, divine intervention is possible. For those who turn to Padre Pio in prayer, he remains an intercessor and a beacon of faith, someone who bridges the gap between the human and the divine. As the world confronts the challenges and uncertainties of the modern age, Padre Pio's life and legacy offer a roadmap for spiritual resilience. His emphasis on faith, prayer, and community is particularly relevant in times of crisis, providing a foundation upon which individuals can build their spiritual strength. Padre Pio's unwavering trust in God, even in the face of immense personal suffering, serves as an example of how to endure trials with grace and determination. His life reminds us that holiness is not about being free from struggle, but about finding God in the midst of it. The closing moments of this exploration into Padre Pio's life and prophecies bring us back to the urgency of his message. His warnings about 2025 and the challenges it may bring are not meant to inspire fear, but to galvanize action. Padre Pio's prophecies are a call to awaken, to recognize the spiritual and physical signs around us, and to prepare for the trials ahead. Ignoring these warnings, he cautioned, would lead to consequences not only for individuals but for humanity as a whole. The time to act is now, and the steps we take today will determine the course of our future. This call to action begins with a return to faith. Padre Pio urged believers to deepen their relationship with God through prayer, repentance, and acts of kindness. He emphasized that spiritual preparation is not just about safeguarding oneself, but about contributing to the collective good. By fostering a spirit of unity and compassion, individuals can strengthen their communities and create a ripple effect of positive change. As we face the challenges of the present and prepare for what lies ahead, Padre Pio's message is a reminder that hope is never lost. Redemption is always possible, and the trials we endure can become opportunities for growth and transformation. By embracing faith, humility, and love, we can navigate even the most difficult times with courage and grace. The final invitation is to take Padre Pio's teachings to heart and integrate them into daily life. Whether through prayer, acts of charity, or simply living with integrity, we have the power to shape a brighter future. Padre Pio's vision of 2025, while sobering, is also a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring power of faith. As we move forward, let us carry his legacy with us, finding strength in his words and inspiration in his life. For those inspired by Padre Pio's message, this journey does not end here. Continue exploring his teachings, delve deeper into his prophecies, and share his story with others. By spreading his message, we honor his legacy and contribute to the spiritual renewal he so fervently desired. And as always, take time each day to reflect, pray, and act with love, knowing that even the smallest steps can lead to profound change. In this way, we not only prepare for the challenges ahead, but also help build a world more aligned with God's vision.